how I met your dad. I used to work in the IRS, and one day, one day he just came in with a friend of his who had some problem with the IRS. I don't know, I can't recall what it was, but he was talking outside in this hallway, and I had gone to I had to cross that hallway into a different door, and I noticed these two guys speaking a different language that I'd never heard before at the end of the hallway. And I was curious about it, but I was on my way to doing something. Then I'm coming back, and I see that they are still there discussing something. So I approached them and I asked if they needed help. And it turns out that they could be helped by someone that worked in my office, and I walked them in and introduced them, and it was almost time for me to leave the office. And I remember I sat down at my desk, and I sat down to make a drawing, and I chose to draw who is now my husband, your dad, him and the other two guys talking, and I just was doing this little drawing, and when you draw, you look down on the paper and you look up to the subject, and what happened is he would glance at me once in a while, and he thought I was flirting with him, just looking at him, and going back to the... So, when his conversation was done, he approached me and asked me for my phone, and I was...
So forward.
Yeah, he was. He really was. He's not shy at all. He just asked me for the phone, and I was, of course, shocked, and I said to him, "What makes you think that I should give you my phone?"
Sassy.
Yeah, it was sassy, but he didn't take it as a sassy comment. He thought I was telling him, okay, if you give me a good reason, I can give you my phone, which was, of course, not what I intended to do. But,
you don't have no cellular phone.
anyways, I mentioned before that I was about to leave the office, and I did through the back door, and already by the time I got to my car, he was parked 2 cars away from my car, and he saw me, and he rushes to me, and he asked me again for the phone, and I said, no, and so he just pulls this little paper out and gives it to me, and I look at it, it's his phone number. I was like, what, does he walk with these in his pocket all the time? I don't know. He claims that it wasn't. He claims that he wrote it as he was coming out, so that... Anyways, I didn't call him. I didn't call him all weekend. That was on a Friday. And Monday, I'm in the office working, and when I turn to the waiting room, I see that he's standing there at the counter looking at me, and I just couldn't stop smiling. I said, wow, this guy's really insisting. And so he tried again to get my phone. I said no, and this coworker of mine noticed that he was talking more at a personal level. It had nothing to do with office work. So I said, okay. So I gave him my phone. And then he did call me, and we went out for pizza, and that's it. That's the end.
Nice.
That's how we met.
Excellent.
I'm here. The end.